Treasure Island, San Francisco, easy to cross toxic track. Thursday, February 27, 2014, AVCHD7 71, Carol Harvey, videographer. Catherine is contemplating walking in there. She's explaining that there's no signage here telling kids.
The cop just went by that way.
Anybody, I missed that. There's nobody saying stay out, and the fence is all broken down. And she's proposing walking in there to show that any kid can do it at any time. So,
yeah, I mean,
and I don't want her to, but she's threatening to do it after I leave.
there is no, I mean,
You can't get over all of that, can you? Safely? You could go around the end of it.
just like a kid will do it.
Sure, I couldn't do that, but a kid could. Okay, don't get too close to it. Oh, she says it's, highly radioactive. God. Okay, so don't get too close to it, please. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so no, she's... walking around it. She's just walking right around it. She's got more guts than I do. She's doing that to show that a kid, anybody unsuspecting, a homeless person who's trying to get to shelter on the other side, a kid who's unaware of the danger, and over here we have a school. Bay Bridge in the background. Could easily get in there, because look how easily she got in there. And the state of this fence is just, and the barrier is just pathetic.
Okay. So the thing I noticed, here's a liquor bottle.
Which means somebody, well, they could have thrown it over there.
See that. Okay. So one of my problems with this that I just saw is they said they needed to go underneath to take care of this problem. So I'm assuming that where the pavement isn't.
In this place where grass is growing in the middle, you mean?
Right, this big wet pond of dirt is probably where the most immediate, where they needed to take it all out. Because there were
the hottest spot.
Right, or most contaminated if it was chemicals. So, because these areas here are still paved, so they use these as the areas to put the dirt, because there were mounds here. And they covered them with this thing called rhino snot. It's like a green coating that they can, supposedly absorbs it, and then they roll that up. Now, what they do with that jelly afterwards, I don't know. But, it in and of itself cannot be the best mode of removal. But there's a drain in the center.
A drain.
So all this dirt that they removed from there is still laying here.
Under this?
That's all dirt that was here in the piles that they removed.
Which, you mean the sandy stuff that's blowing across?
Sand, and it's all dripping into that drainage tube in the center.
Where's the drainage tube?
It kind of is this first little, it goes like this. There's a wet ring around it.
Oh, I see. It's barely visible from here.
Yeah. But see, so this was their track. You can still see the track lines where they used to run track around it.
Yeah.
And then soccer in the middle and basketball in the middle.
Oh my God. This was kids.
So they ran in that circle right around the I'm
the toxic area.
Yeah, and I'm
in the
not
middle.
laughing out of humor. I'm laughing because I just can't believe this.
I know.
And that is one of the most toxic buildings, I was told, when it had a fire in it.
Which building are you pointing at now?
The cream-colored abandoned one with the wooden boards, and that's
Is that
where,
that's abandoned now?
Yes, and that's highly used by feral animals and squatters.
In other
So-
words, homeless people looking for a place to stay.
Right.
Yeah. Right in the shadow of the Bay
I
Bridge.
prefer travelers, is what I like to call them.
Yeah.
But the vernacular, I'll say it so everybody understands that these are people that are desperate to find a roof over their head, and they end up in these buildings and they have no idea what is going on under, and they're breathing. And hopefully they're not disturbed, because I understand that they need a place to live, but I want to disturb them and tell them why I don't want them there. It's not a matter of desirability of the person. It's more, they're going to die, and that's going to make it happen.
And it's going to be
sick.
somewhere down the road, and they aren't going to know why, because it's going to be several years from now.
And some of their sores that they've shown me look like possible MRSA, possible, just general, bacterial type of things. But for all I know, they could be lesions from coming into contact with something that I don't know they came in contact with, and they don't realize it.
That's right.
It's very difficult to track that population because they're not registered here.
And they're all over the place. They're all over the city. I've talked to a number of homeless
all
people who have MRSA, and it's just
Right.
from having open sores from walking and having germs in there. But you're right. It could be affected by this type of contamination out here. Who knows?
Right, and one of the
That's what
last
you're
points
saying.
I'd like to make in this area is, you see how low these buildings are, the school buildings, the ceilings? This is the type of stuff where you would find the asbestos, would be in the tarred over. So kids climb on those. That's
Yeah.
pretty regular, happens all the time. The kids can get up there, it's low enough. They help each other up, and then, they're kids. And it's low and no one's in them. So they come out here, they hang out on it.
You mean they go up to the tops of the buildings and stand up there?
Sure do.
Probably get a good view of the bay. You can get a good 180, 360 view.
Right.
And that's where all the asbestos is.
And those are usually the asbestos and the tar, and things like what they used to the old pebble style. So they used like a sheeting that was most likely contained asbestos. That's what I've seen in evidence throughout the other parts of the island. Is it's usually, some of it is the tar with the pebble stuck in it, and then the asbestos is sticking out of it. So I'm fairly sure that also has it in it.
there. Okay, I'm going to go off